So welcome to First Take Math with Brian Thomas. Today's lesson we are going to work with reducing fractions, and we're going to use the prime factorization strategy. In our last lesson we learned that 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 are our first 5 prime numbers. And we're going to take advantage of these numbers to do what we call reducing fractions. So let's look at this first example. Reduce 24 over 42. The way we're going to do this is we're going to do a prime factorization. So we're going to start with the 24. And starting with the 2, we ask ourselves, does 2 go into 24? And it does. 2 goes into 24 12 times. So now we're 2 to 12. Again, we ask ourselves, does the 2 go into 12? And again, 2 does go into 12 6 times. Now we're down to the 6. We ask ourselves, does 2 go into 6? It does. 2 goes into 6 3 times. You can get that off there. So 2 goes into 6 3 times. Now we're down to the 3, and notice the 2 does not go into 3, but our next prime number is 3, and 3 does go into 3 one time. So this left side represents the factorization of our 24. Now we turn our attention to the 42. Again, I like to use the T-chart as an organizational tool. Again, we start with the first prime number, which is 2. Does 2 go into 42? And yeah, 2 goes into 42 21 times. We turn our attention to the 21. 2 does not go to 21. Remember, 2 only goes into even numbers, and 21 is an odd number. So that won't work for us. We then turn our attention to the 3, and we do know that 3 goes into 21 7 times. We also recognize, well, 7 is a prime number, so 7 is going to go into itself 1 time. So this is our prime factorization of the 21. So we next turn our attention to this side here. So it's going to change our numerator into 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Our denominator is going to change into 2 times 3 times 7. Our next strategy is, can we divide out any like factors? So these 2's will divide out, and these 3's will divide out. So the only thing that's left is these 2 2's. So we put that back together. 2 times 2 is then going to be 4. And the only thing left on the bottom is a 7. So 24 over 42 is going to reduce to then 4 7ths. And that's what we call simplest terms. So it doesn't have any more like factors to divide out. Let's turn our attention to this 54 over 72. So let's start with the numerator, the 54. And we ask ourselves, does 2 go into 54? Well, 54 is an even number, so yeah, we can divide 54 by 2. And 2 would go into 54, I believe, 27 times. And if we need a calculator, remember, we can just divide 54 by 2, and that should give us our 27. Now we're to the 27. Again, 2 falls out because 27 is an odd number. But 3 does work. So 3 will go into 27 9 times. Now we're down to the 9. Again, 3 works. 3 goes into 9 3 times. And we did know 3 goes into itself. So I'm going to stretch that out a little bit. So 3 is going to go into 3 one time. So this left side becomes our prime factorization. Now we're going to turn our attention to the 72. Again, I like the T-chart to organize. Let's start with the 2. Does 2 go into 72? And yeah, 72 is an even number, so 2 goes into 72 36 times. Since 36 is even, 2 is going to go into 36 18 times. And since 18 is even, 2 is going to go into 18 9 times. But notice how 9 switched over to an odd number. But 3 does work for that. 3 goes into 9 3 times, and then we do know 3 goes into itself 1 time. And once you get to that 1, that tells me that we're finished with our prime factorization. So again, these left sides will be my prime factorizations. So I'm going to rewrite 54 as 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. And I'm going to change that 42 to, or the 72, I'm going to change it to 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. From there, we look for any factors that can divide out. And we just see the 2's divide out here, and we see a 3 divide out here, and we see a 3 divide out there. So the only thing we're left with in the numerator is we have a 3. And the only thing left in the denominator looks like is we have 2 2's, so that fraction reduces down to 3/4. So 3/4 is our simplified form of that. Let's turn our attention to this 18 over 36. So I'm going to slide over here and put this 18 down to start with. And again, since 18 is even, I can break it down with the 2. 2 goes 18 9 times. Then the 3, of course, goes into 9 3 times. And the 3 goes into itself 1 time. That 36 is even. So we know 2 goes into 36 18 times. Again, if we need our calculator, just divide 36 by 2, that will give you your 18. 18 is even, so we know 2 goes into 18 9 times. Now our attention goes to the 9. 3 goes into 9 3 times, and then 3 goes into 3 1 time. And again, that 1 tells us that we are finished there. So again, our left side becomes our prime factorization. So we're going to change this 18 over 36 to, this is going to be 2 times 3 times 3. And the 36 is going to change to 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Now we look to divide out any factors, and we know that 2 divides into itself, so those 2's divide out. These 3's divide out as well. So what we see is there's nothing left in the numerator, so use a 1 as our placeholder there, and then we have a 2 on the bottom. So our answer ends up being 1/2. So hopefully you'll find that using the prime factorization strategy can be very helpful in reducing fractions. This also builds some strategies for upcoming algebra skills. So stay tuned for the next lesson.